The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are planning to move back to the UK. Prince Harry and Meghan intend to relocate from the US later this month to a private, non-royal residence outside of London.
William's furious about this. Why? Because it's a reward for the treachery, the disloyalty and the cruelty of Harry and Meghan. Of course, the reason why: Charles wants to see his grandchildren. I understand that, but I think that Harry and Meghan had no right to be on a royal property, but they got their way as usual.
Couple's children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, are thought to be enrolled to start at a British school in September. There are no current plans for either Harry or Meghan to resume their roles as working royals.
Tensions are reaching a boiling point within the royal family, and at the centre of this storm is none other than Prince William. Word on the street is that he is absolutely furious with King Charles right now. The reason? It all circles back to Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, whose actions over the past several years have deeply shaken the foundation of the monarchy and sparked immense public scrutiny. Through countless headlines and interviews, they painted a rather damaging picture of royal life, casting shadows over traditions and stirring up controversy around the globe. Now, despite all the turmoil and heartbreak that their choices have caused, reports suggest that King Charles is ready to throw open the doors and welcome them back with a warm embrace. This move, however, has left Prince William feeling anything but pleased. He's reportedly holding on to every sharp word, every tense moment from that unforgettable Oprah interview, as if it were etched in his memory, memories that are still raw and vivid. After years of Harry and Meghan openly criticizing the environment both inside the family and within the wider society, calling it toxic and unbearable, they now reportedly have their sights set on returning to the very place they once vowed.
William doesn't want anything to do with these two, and he's furious at his dad for trying to forge some kind of peace pact with which he wants nothing to do.
I don't think anyone in the UK should trust them again. I don't think Prince William will ever trust them again. I don't think Catherine. If King Charles wants to let his son back in his life, I understand he's the only parent. I get that. And King Charles, we have some other criticisms of him as well. We love him, but we have some critiques as well with protecting the West. But I just think it's interesting that they're going crawling back now. But no one's going to trust them because they've done tell-all books, reality shows, docu-series, Oprah interviews, everything time and time again. And I just think past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior.
To leave behind. It's a dramatic twist in a saga that has captivated millions. A plot thick with complex loyalties, deep resentments, and fragile hopes for reconciliation. Now, it seems that Harry and Meghan have made a clear decision about where they envision their family's future, a quieter, more private life, well away from the constant buzz of London's royal spotlight. Their plan centers on raising Archie and Lilibet in a peaceful environment, where the children can grow up without the pressure and glare that typically comes with royal life. Sources suggest they are preparing to enroll both kids in British schools starting this September, marking a significant step toward grounding their children's education in traditional British settings, while still maintaining some distance from the core royal establishment. What makes this decision even more compelling is the response from King Charles. Known for his patience and compassion, far surpassing the typical image of a stern monarch, Charles is reported to have received this news with genuine warmth and understanding. Despite only learning about their plans recently, he is said to have been truly pleased at the idea. Rather than conflict or resistance, the king's reaction was one of enthusiasm and encouragement.
King Charles has been reunited with his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet, for the first time in 4 years during Prince Harry's trip back to his homeland.
And that the king was told about this on Sunday. We understand that he has welcomed the opportunity to see more of the Sussex family in a private and personal capacity. And as you said, there is no plan for Prince Harry to become a working royal again, so to begin doing formal royal visits and engagements, something he stopped in 2020 when the late Queen decided that that's how he should operate in future.
He has expressed how much he misses his youngest son, Harry, and it seems this move is viewed as a hopeful opportunity to rebuild family bonds in a more relaxed, non-working royal setting. Charles's attitude shines through as one of forgiveness and longing for family unity, underscoring a quieter chapter in the Windsor story, one where personal connection and brotherly love take precedence over protocol and tradition. He longs simply for something deeply personal, a chance to spend more precious moments with his grandchildren, to watch them grow and be part of their lives in a meaningful way. This yearning isn't just family nostalgia. It reflects a man caught between tradition and change, caught in a family drama that echoes far beyond palace walls. Meanwhile, the reigning king, painted by some as softer, more conciliatory, seems to be navigating these turbulent waters with a measured calm, perhaps too measured for some. In stark contrast, the future king burns with a fierce passion, a storm of anger and frustration simmering just beneath his composed exterior. His ire isn't just aimed at an external threat, but at his own father, whom he sees as too willing, too quick to welcome back his brother, despite everything that's transpired. William's perspective is one of fierce protection, he believes.
That has enraged Prince William and indeed Catherine, Princess of Wales, his wife. They're both furious. So are other members of the royal family. They're saying, look, these two, Harry and Meghan, they've spent the last 6 years calling the royal family racist, all the people of Britain racist, we're all racist slave drivers, and you offer them a place to stay. And he's furious at his dad for trying to forge some kind of peace pact with which he wants nothing to do.
Well, we've seen Prince William in the last few days, and we saw him at London Environmental Week and Climate Week, and he's in great spirit.
The monarchy's foundation, its strength and dignity, are at risk. From his point of view, the actions of Harry and Meghan have put the royal family under an intense spotlight, exposing vulnerabilities and inviting public scrutiny the institution cannot afford. This isn't merely sibling rivalry. It's a profound clash about what loyalty and family mean when tradition collides with modern realities. There's a growing sense of bewilderment and even disappointment in William's heart as he wonders, how could his father, the king, extend an olive branch to those who have so openly challenged the royal way of life? This question hangs heavily in the air, sparking tensions that threaten to redefine the monarchy's future. You might be asking yourself if William's father has truly erased from his mind everything that unfolded just 6 years ago, because those moments are far from easily forgotten. Remember the explosive Oprah interview? Harry and Meghan didn't hold back, sharing several shocking claims that cast a long shadow over the royal family's reputation. That revelation sent shockwaves through the palace and captivated the world, sparking intense debates about loyalty, truth, and family dynamics. But the drama didn't stop there. Not long after, Harry's memoir, Spare, landed like a bombshell, peeling back layers of the royal life that were meant to stay sealed. It revealed intimate details that many thought should have remained private, adding fuel to an already blazing fire. And as if that wasn't enough,
I don't think that's really an option. I think the king wants to hug his grandchildren, end of story. But I also would say I fiercely defend Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who remain really hurt by Meghan's ally, Omid Scobie, accusing Catherine of racism in the Dutch version of Endgame. And doing that weeks before she finds out that she has cancer, which sends her life into a tailspin for over 12 months.
Well, that is the big question. And he basically doesn't have a relationship with William anymore. And so in a way, this is kind of a disaster for William, because Harry and Meghan, when they first kind of start living their UK lives, will be massive, massive news and will probably wind up kicking anything that William and Kate do.
The couple's collaboration with Netflix introduced even more content that stirred public opinion, often highlighting aspects of royal life laced with criticism that didn't shy away from implicating not just the institution, but also William's wife, Kate. To an outsider, it might seem like an unrelenting wave of revelations and grievances aimed squarely at the heart of the family. Yet, from William's perspective, there's a deeper, more complicated story at play. He might see his father as someone so deeply wrapped up in the emotional turmoil, the heartbreak, and the sense of loss that it looks as if he's forgotten, or perhaps chosen to overlook all of these painful episodes. Could it be that the weight of those feelings has clouded his judgment, nudging aside all the past conflicts in favor of something else? It's a question that hangs heavy, adding another layer of complexity to an already tangled family saga. At the heart of it all is Charles's main role as king, a role that carries immense weight and responsibility. Yet, William watches with a mix of disbelief and frustration as Charles appears to surrender so quickly. Just one visit to Highgrove, one fleeting moment catching sight of his grandchildren's smiling faces, and suddenly, it seems like the past 6 years of conflict and damage are wiped away as if they never happened. This sudden shift in Charles's stance leaves William stunned. Charles is now openly hoping to rebuild bridges.
William's going to be absolutely furious. At some point, he'll be king, and there will be a rival royal court, not headquartered in Montecito, California, but as I've said, at a large property on the outskirts of London, or potentially close to the Windsor estate. This is William and Catherine's worst nightmare.
Prince William has been determined to create a situation where Harry and Meghan would be treated like exiles, would effectively live out their final decades like the Duke of Windsor and Wallis Simpson after the abdication crisis. No hint of a return, no hint of a royal role, quietly scrubbed from official life to go and live out their final days without damaging the British royal family.
To welcome Harry and his family back into the fold on a permanent basis, as if the deep wounds of the recent years can be so easily healed. For William, this is more than just a disagreement. It feels like a profound betrayal. He has been the steadfast guardian of the monarchy's reputation, carefully navigating stormy waters, trying to protect the institution from scandal and division. Meanwhile, Harry's actions and public statements, especially through high-profile projects like the Netflix series, have felt like direct assaults on the very foundation William has worked to uphold. William's anger is not just personal, it's rooted in years of sacrifice and tireless effort to maintain stability, only to see it threatened by what he views as reckless behavior. The emotional undercurrents here run deep, as William wrestles with feelings of loyalty, disappointment, and the complex dynamics of family versus duty. In the wake of the highly publicized documentary and the unforgettable Oprah interview that shook the royal world, tensions between Prince William and Meghan Markle have reportedly deepened. Sources suggest that William views Meghan as a negative influence within the family dynamic, someone whose return to the United Kingdom could complicate matters further, perhaps even stirring up emotions and conflicts that the royal family would rather avoid at this delicate time. The idea of Meghan stepping back onto British soil doesn't seem to sit well with Prince William at this particular moment, raising questions about how the siblings will navigate this challenging chapter in their relationship. Yet, amid these strained connections, King Charles is said to be taking a different, more compassionate approach. As both a father and a grandfather, Charles appears poised to put aside the discord of the past. Despite all that has transpired, controversy, criticism, and family upheaval, he reportedly remains open-hearted, extending an invitation for Meghan and Harry to return. His focus seems to be on healing and unity, especially as he faces his own health battles. The weight of his recent cancer diagnosis, along with his deep commitment to family, might be motivating him to prioritize forgiveness and reconciliation above all else. In this moment, King Charles may be striving to bring peace to the royal household, hoping to create space where love and understanding can take center stage, no matter what difficulties stand in the way. When it comes to their approach, Harry seems to be driven by a deep desire for healing and harmony, a genuine wish for everyone to find happiness and mutual understanding. His hope might be to mend the fractures and restore some sense of calm within the family, seeking a future where old wounds don't dictate their interactions. Yet, William stands on a very different path. As the heir to the throne, his responsibility transcends personal feelings. His priority is safeguarding the monarchy's stability and reputation. He carries the weight of tradition and duty, and this often means maintaining clear, firm boundaries. It's possible that William still harbors some lingering disappointments or resentments from past conflicts, issues that remain unresolved beneath the surface. Because of this, he may be hesitant, even unwilling, to welcome Harry and Meghan back into the inner circle of royal life, fearing that their return might reignite tension and disrupt the delicate balance that he's striving to protect. The tension between the brothers is palpable and hard to miss. Rather than a relationship defined by understanding or reconciliation, it currently feels like a fragile standoff, marked more by distance and silence than by peace. At this moment, A fresh wave of expectations seems to be settling on Prince William's shoulders, almost like an invisible spotlight, urging him towards some kind of engagement or dialogue with Harry. The world is watching, and the question hanging in the air is whether these two brothers can actually bridge the widening gap between them. Meanwhile, there's also the possibility that Harry might decide to revisit unresolved tensions with King Charles, opening a door to conversations that have been left unopened for far too long. These potential interactions carry weighty implications not just for their personal relationships, but for the image and future of the monarchy itself. But while these developments might appear significant right now, their lasting impact could be far more profound. If Meghan and Harry continue navigating public life as if they were still officially part of the royal family, attending events, speaking on behalf of royal causes, or presenting themselves as working royals, this could ignite a much deeper rift. From Prince William's perspective, this isn't just about protocol. It's about respect, boundaries, and the delicate balance that keeps the institution functioning. If this line blurs any further, tensions could escalate, and the repercussions might echo for years to come, affecting not just family ties, but the very fabric of the monarchy itself. The whole situation surrounding Harry and Meghan's potential move back into the family fold is incredibly delicate, and not everyone is feeling confident about it. There's a very real sense of hesitation, especially from those who remember the turmoil and tension in past years. People close to the family are worried that history could repeat itself, and with good reason. The emotional scars from before run deep, and there's a genuine concern that rushing into shared spaces without addressing underlying issues might only reopen old wounds. This time, it seems like there's more caution, a more thoughtful approach to avoid falling into the same mistakes. But what's fascinating and uncertain is how this reunion might actually change things. It could be a healing moment, a way to bridge the gap and bring some peace after years of disagreement and distance. On the other hand, it might stir up even more friction, making the divides even harder to mend. So, the big question everyone's asking is who's really triggering this sudden possibility of Harry and Meghan's return? Is it King Charles, acting from a place of wanting to nurture personal forgiveness and rebuild family bonds? Or is it Harry and Meghan themselves, drawn by something that makes it impossible for them to stay apart, no matter the challenges they've faced? This moment is heavy with potential, and the answers are far from simple. Could this ongoing tension spell more challenges for William down the road? Looking ahead, the royal family stands on the brink of a significant crossroads, one that could define their future like never before. The question is, can they navigate living and working side by side without truly healing the deep wounds from the past? Or will these unresolved conflicts continue to cast long shadows, influencing the monarchy's story as it passes into the hands of the next king, William? Many close to the palace speculate that the moment William ascends the throne, he might take the drastic step of removing Harry and Meghan's royal titles, signaling a shift toward a new era, one marked by both consolidation and perhaps division. What do you think will happen? Will reconciliation find a place in this family's future, or will history repeat itself under King William's reign? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, so please share them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to show some love, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more stories that pull back the curtain on the royal family's journey. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.